Hi there. I'm author T. Damon, and I'm here today to read to you from the first book that I ever wrote and published. It's called The Falling, and it's book 1 of the Forest Spirit series. So before I start reading, let me just, in case you haven't read it, let you know a little bit about what's going on. We have our protagonist, Narena, who is with her brother, Nixon, and, an old childhood friend, Kellen, as well as her salamander friend, Hawthorne, who is actually a sage. They are all at the witch's house trying to gather more information about what's going on in their enchanted forest that they live in, because things are getting out of balance, and a lot of negativity seems to be kind of swirling around, and the creatures of the forest are really starting to feel that. So these 4 little beings go to the witch's house and get trapped there overnight by a storm. Now, they think they're getting some sleep, but it turns out that a tree comes crashing into the room just as Narena and Kellen are kind of getting cozy with each other. And then Narena notices in the corner that there is a figure that is kind of nymph-sized and, kind of looks like a ghost, and kind of maybe looks like an old friend that has disappeared recently. And so let's find out what's going on. The shadow began to manifest itself more articulately, and as it came into view, started to show the likeness of a handsome nymph warrior with shimmering golden blonde hair and sharp blue eyes that stared directly into Kellen's. "Rowan," Kellen whispered. Rowan nodded slightly to his former comrade, but his face suddenly twisted in horror as a swirling began at his feet, traveling up his spirit body, transforming him from his nymph likeness to that of a twisted creature. His teeth enlarged into fangs hanging like icicles from his back. Black foaming... Let me read that again, I'm sorry. His teeth enlarged into fangs hanging like icicles from his black foaming lips, and his back hunched, angling over his now oversized curling feet. Coarse hair of pure darkness spiked out of every inch of his being, and he heaved in a way that no spirit shed. Kellen began to approach the creature, slowly taking silent steps across the room and climbing upon a fallen branch. "Rowan," Kellen said, "what has happened to you, my friend?" "I am now what I was destined to become." Rowan's voice was deep and growling. "I became what he wanted me to be. I've reached what the forest needs me to be." "A monstrous beast? Rowan, you are a nymph, a warrior nymph, the only son of the king." Sorry, I have cats fighting behind me. "I am no longer one of you. I embraced the dark entities on that fateful day. You escaped with your life. I am enslaved to mine for all of eternity." "But you must allow us to release your spirit. You are no longer living," Rosalina called out. She's one of the witches. "I was not living before. Now I shall live forever." Rowan burst through the tree, slamming through Kellen's body and knocking him to the ground before fleeing out the window. Narena ran to Kellen. He was all right, though looked as though the wind had been knocked out of him. She helped him up, and the two stood, staring out the window, still clutching tightly to one another. "He knows your intentions now," Lorella said. "He took a little bit of Kellen's energy with him when he passed through him." "Indeed," Rosalina chimed in. "Your quest now consists of much more dire circumstances. I'm afraid that now you carry targets on your backs. I think it's best you all begin to prepare to leave. It's time for you to be on your way." If you want to know more, you can buy The Falling on Amazon. It is available in paperback or in Kindle, and maybe someday soon hardcover. We're looking into that with my publisher. But in the meantime, you can kind of catch up, because The Reckoning will be out later this year. So as you wait for the 3rd installment of the Forest Spirit series to come out, you can enjoy The Falling and The Haunting, which are available now. So thank you for spending this time with me and bearing with me through all my awkward stumbling. I really appreciate it. So thank you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.